Greetings everyone and welcome back. In this video, we will discuss how smart knowledge management can turn information into real business value. Any idea? Why do companies keep forgetting what they already know? We call it institutional amnesia. It happens when organizations forget their past experiences and lesson learned. This often leads to repeating mistakes and losing valuable knowledge over time. Every year, organizations lose millions of dollars, not because they lack information, but because they lose track of it. Shocked? Now, even more shocking fact. Employees leave, team change, projects end, and the valuable knowledge built over time just disappears. Think about it. How many times has your company solved the same problem twice? Here is the solution of all these problems. That's where knowledge management comes in. It's a discipline that helps organizations capture what they know, share it effectively, and use it to create value. Over the next 20 minutes, we will explore how knowledge management works, why it matters, and how you can start applying it today. But before we dive into knowledge management, let's discuss what kind of knowledge are we talking about here. There are two types of knowledge, explicit knowledge and tacit knowledge. Let's start with explicit knowledge first. This is the kind of information that's easy to record and share. Think manuals, reports, databases, or step by step procedures. It's formal, structured, and stored in ways anyone can access, like company files or online systems. Basically, if you can write it down or search for it, that's explicit knowledge. Now, on the other side, we have tacit knowledge. This one is little trickier. It's the experience, skills, and intuition people develop over time. It's what makes an expert really good at what they do. You can't just put it into a document. It's in people's head, shaped by real world practice. For example, think about a senior project manager who just knows how to handle a difficult client, or a technician who can sense what's wrong with a system before seeing the data. That's tacit knowledge, hard to capture, but incredibly valuable. There is also something in between called implicit knowledge. It's the know how people have that hasn't been formally documented yet. They know how to do it, but it's never been written down or explained clearly. The real challenge for organization is transferring that knowledge. It's transferring that knowledge, moving what's in people's head into shared understanding, and that's when where collaboration, mentorship, and storytelling comes in. When people share stories, work together, or mentor others, they are not just teaching tasks, they are transferring insight, judgment, and experience. That's how tacit knowledge becomes part of the organization collective memory. Without that, companies risk something called institutional amnesia, which we discussed in the previous slide, which is actually forgetting what they once knew. But with strong knowledge management, you create a culture that keeps learning even as people come and go. As Michael Polanyi said, we know more than we can tell. That's true. And that's the heart of knowledge management, finding ways to capture and share both what's written down and what lives in people's mind. Now, what is management of this knowledge or knowledge management? Knowledge management is the process of capturing, organizing, sharing, and using knowledge within an organization to achieve its goal. It's not just about storing data, it's about turning experience, insights, and information into a resource everyone can access and use. For example, where when a team documents a successful project, that knowledge becomes a blueprint others can follow. KM ensures that every success and every failure teaches the whole organization something valuable. So that's about the entire knowledge management. Now, we will discuss the important three pillars of knowledge management. The first one is people, then you have process, then you have technology. To build a strong knowledge management system, you need these three pillars. First is people, they create and share knowledge. Knowledge management thrives only when people are encouraged to collaborate and learn. Second is process. These are the rules and systems that defines how knowledge flows, from documentation standards to meeting summaries. Process keeps knowledge structured. Third one is technology. It's the enabler. Tools like intranets, databases, and collaboration platforms make knowledge easy to access and share. When all three work together, organizations transform from being knowledge rich but insight poor to truly intelligent enterprises. Hope you understand the three important pillars of knowledge management. Now, let's move to the knowledge management process. Okay, let's see how this KM or knowledge management actually works. The knowledge management process, it's a continuous cycle of four stages. First one is create, second is organize or store, third is share or disseminate, and the last or fourth is apply or reuse. The first one, create or capture. In this stage, we collect insights, lessons, and data from everyday activities. Second step is organize or store. We structure that knowledge which we collected in an accessible system, whether that's a database, wiki, or shared drive. Third step, share or disseminate. Make it easy for people to find and contribute. Encourage open communication and collaboration. Last step, apply or reuse. Use that knowledge to make decisions, solve problems, and innovate. Then the cycle repeats because every project generates new knowledge. Knowledge management is a continuous cycle. So organizations that repeat it consistently become learning organizations. Now let's see why knowledge management matters so much or benefits of effective knowledge management. So why do we invest in knowledge management? What difference does it make? The benefits are huge. First, it improves efficiency. People spend less time searching for answers. Second, it encourages innovation. Sharing ideas sparks creativity. Third, it enhances collaboration. Teams learn from one another. Next, it prevents knowledge loss. Information stays even when employees leave. And it supports better decision making because decisions are based on collective insight. In short, effective KM turns information into action, and organizations that master it become smarter, faster, and more resilient. Now, we have discussed about the knowledge management process, why it matters. Now, let's see the real world examples where big enterprises or giants are how they are managing knowledge management or how they are managing knowledge and using that knowledge to make their processes effective. So, first one is Google. It uses internal knowledge platforms to connect teams worldwide. So, Google uses their knowledge platforms to connect the team across the world. NASA maintains a lesson learned database so that every mission benefits from the last. make sense. IBM encourages communities of practice where employees share insights across disciplines. And Deloitte and other consulting firms or KPMG, they store project knowledge to serve clients faster. These organizations understand one truth: knowledge, when shared, it multiplies. Whether it's technology or culture, successful KM is built on a foundation of openness and learning. Okay, so this is all about the real world applications which big enterprises or giants have done uh, in their organizations. Now, what are the tools and techniques for knowledge management we use? First one is knowledge repositories. These are the digital libraries of your organization. They store structured information so anyone can find and reuse it later. Think of tools like SharePoint, Confluence, or Notion. They act as your company's memory, keeping projects, documents, meeting notes, and best practices all in one place. The goal here isn't just a storing data, it's about making knowledge accessible and organized for everyone. Now, the second one is collaboration platform. Here, the real time magic happens. Platforms like Slack and Microsoft Teams connect people instantly, allowing teams to chat, share updates, and make decisions together. They bridge the gap between people and processes, encouraging quick communication, transparency, and faster problem solving. Third is the next one is AI in search tools. AI and search tools like chatbots, enterprise search engines, and recommendation systems make it easier to find the right information at the right time. Instead of digging through endless files, AI can understand context, suggest relevant answers, and even automate routine queries. That means less time searching and more time doing. And the last one is learning systems. The tools that help people grow their skills and share knowledge over time. These are learning systems. These includes wikis, e-learning platforms, and internal knowledge bases. They support continuous learning, helping employees train, onboard, and upskill effectively. When combined with collaboration and AI tools, learning systems make your organization a truly learning organization. So, to wrap it up, knowledge management is just about tools. Isn't just about tools. It's about people, processes, and how you connect them. Use repositories to store, platforms to collaborate, AI to discover, and learning systems to grow. Now, we have discussed about tools and techniques. We have discussed about processes. We have discussed about why KM matters. Now, let's discuss about the strategy. How to implement a successful knowledge management strategy. So, let's discuss all the steps. Step 1: assess current knowledge. So, first, you need to assess your current knowledge. What do you know? Where is it stored? And what's missing? Next step: set clear objectives. Know why you are doing KM. So that's very important. When you are doing KM, first you need to understand why actually you are doing it. So you have to define clear objectives, that why knowledge management is there in your organization or is going to be there in your organization. Step 3: design the framework. Define processes for capturing and sharing information. Step 4: select the right tools. Choose technology that fits your culture. Step 5: build a knowledge sharing culture. Reward learning and collaboration. So you have to build a knowledge sharing culture where you need to reward learning and collaboration. Step 6, measure and improve. This is the last step. So you need to track your engagement, refine your systems, and keep evolving. Knowledge management isn't a project, it's a journey of continuous learning and improvement. So remember these 6 steps for implementing a successful knowledge management strategy: assess, set clear objectives, design the KM framework, select tools and technologies, promote knowledge sharing culture, and finally measure and improve. Now, when we do knowledge management or we implement knowledge management in any organization or a big enterprise, there are certain challenges which we face. So let's discuss about those challenges. The first major challenge is cultural barriers to sharing. Many teams struggle because employees hesitate to share what they know. Maybe they are worried about losing their value, or they just don't trust that their input will be appreciated. Creating a knowledge sharing culture takes leadership support, recognition, and a safe space where people feel encouraged to contribute. It's about shifting from knowledge is power to sharing knowledge is power. Now, next is keeping knowledge updated. The next challenge. The second challenge, where information quickly becomes outdated, especially in fast moving industries. What was accurate last quarter might already be obsolete today. To tackle this, organizations need regular reviews, clear ownership of knowledge assets, and tools that make updating content simple and collaborative. The goal is to keep your knowledge base alive, not a digital graveyard of old files. Third and last is technology adoption issues. Even the best knowledge management system fails if people don't use it. Complex interfaces, lack of training, or resistance to change can all stop adoption in its tracks. That's why success isn't just about the software, it's about user experience, onboarding, and demonstrating real value to the team. So, to overcome these challenges, focus on people, process, and technology equally. Fostering sharing, keep knowledge fresh, and make your tools easy to use. That's the foundation of successful knowledge management. So, this is all about the challenges. So, here we end the video and let's talk about the key takeaways and next step. So, let's have a recap what we learned in this video. First, knowledge is your organization's most valuable asset. The first one which we learned is knowledge is a valuable asset for an organization. KM turns information into innovation. Okay. Success comes from aligning people, process, and technology. Start small, document, share, and apply what you already know. Build a culture that celebrates learning. Remember, knowledge management isn't just about tools, it's about mindset. When people share what they know, everyone grows. So that's about this video. That's about the key takeaways. So guys, thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves learning as much as you do. Until next time, keep learning, keep sharing, and keep growing. Thank you so much.